But so Tom Brady was, well, first off, we had this new rule where, all skill players now can wear single digits. Tom Brady comes out and he is not happy about it. As Buck was not either, I got to mention. So Buck wasn't happy about it either. So Buck and Brady, you can pretty much just consider them two peas in a pod, basically best friends at this point. They're the same. Do you, and I got to ask you guys, do you see, I know what Buck's going to say, so I'm going to kick it to Combs and Tori first, then we'll come through with Buck. But do you guys see where people are upset about this new ruling with the number change and how people aren't a big fan of it? So do you guys see the point in this? Combs, you go first, buddy. But do you see the point?
No, there's no. Who cares? Again, we've had this conversation before. I don't care what number you wear. I don't care what is on your back when you're playing the game. All that I care is that you play the game well, that you represent the team, that you are winning games. That's what I care about. I don't care about the what number you. I don't care if Tom Brady comes out next year and is wearing number 99. Like, I don't care. You know what? I'll go out and get a Tom Brady number 99 jersey if that happens. It's not a big deal. Like, I don't care who wears what number. It's people like, oh, we might have to buy more new jerseys, or what about this, or what about that? So what? So what? If you don't want to buy a new jersey, then don't buy a new jersey. Who cares? Who cares if you're wearing a Kansas City Chiefs jersey that says Patrick Mahomes on it? Tear off the damn number.
I don't mean to cut you off here. I want to add something real quick, Combs. I'll kick it right back to you, I promise. But did you guys see where the NFL teams, if you do switch your number and you've already got a number that's different than that, you have to buy out.
That's how you switch your number.
You have to, well, of course, but you have to buy out, unless you're coming from a different team, you have to buy out all your jerseys that are still in stock. Something like that in the pro shop, I believe it is.
For the team?
But so what?
Because every team's got a pro shop.
Yeah, for your pro shop. Say I was Aaron Rodgers, okay, and I was number 12, right, and I wanted to switch to number 4. I would have to buy all the number 12 jerseys.
Did anybody care when Kobe Bryant switched from 8 to 24?
Yeah, it was stupid.
No,
it was not stupid. It was a generational switch.
Yeah, but like nobody said, "Oh, now I gotta go buy another Kobe Bryant jersey."
The young cocky kid became the Mamba in that moment.
Okay, so hang on one second. First of all, basketball spots on the court don't have a specific number that they are so associated with. Like, a point guard doesn't have to be 1 through 10. A shooting guard doesn't have to be 10 through.
Yeah, you can be whatever number you want.
20.
Yeah, exactly. You can be whatever number you want.
The NFL, they do that to determine positions on the field. A linebacker is 50s. Wide receivers are like 80s. Quarterbacks are like teens. Running backs are 20s for a reason. Tom Brady is exactly right. If a freaking Mike linebacker is wearing number 7, like me, and then a safety is like wearing number 11 and he's playing up in the box, it is hard for me to determine who the actual linebacker is. Who is the Mike linebacker? Where is my biggest threat? It is a safety concern, because if Tom Brady says number 11 is the Mike and number 11 is a strong safety walking down into the box, and I shift my coverage to the right and I get blindsided because I didn't call the correct protection because the numbers are jacked up, my career, my life, my livelihood, my GOAT status is all in jeopardy just because of a stupid number change.
So then that's Tom Brady's fault for calling out the wrong number.
If you had
to quote the kids, get good, scrub.
That has nothing to do with it. But that has nothing to do with it.
Buck, why does it matter what number they wear? We live in 2021 right now.
What matters is because everybody's the same size.
Why? If the number is on the front of your jersey, you're not going to call out the wrong number.
College is different. Just because you change positions so much and you can play offense and defense and special teams, like I said.
Kickers are usually like number 91,
which is totally fine. It doesn't matter.
I think that kicker and punter is the only position like always in the NFL that you can pretty much be whatever number you want. I'm pretty sure the kicker is the only one like that.
The only reason why Buck and Wyatt are so hell-bent on the numbers need to be the same is because that's what you're used to. What would have happened if it had always been pick whatever number you want?
It would have been.
You wouldn't care right now. You wouldn't care.
Ridiculous.
Just like you don't care that position players in baseball don't have to wear a certain number. It's not like the shortstop has to wear between 1 and 7.
That's kind of different, though.
Your goalie only has to wear between 24 and 38, or your center. It's not different though. It is
because in football, football differentiates itself because you can be the same position but be at different places all over the field. So a shortstop is always going to be at the shortstop position. Now I get it, you shift sometimes, but shortstop is always going to be between second and third. Second baseman is always going to be on second. Third baseman is always going to be on third. First is always going to be on first. That's easy to pick out.
No, have you ever heard of this, Jeff?
What about you're looking at guys like Khalil Mack or what's the kid in Arizona there? The defensive end.
Chandler Jones.
Chandler Jones can play outside linebacker. So if Chandler Jones switches from defensive end to outside linebacker, and between whether he's running a 4-3 or whether he's running a dime, determines whether or not he's on the line or he's playing at the linebacker position.
Well, but he's got a universal number.
He's wearing.
He's at a universal number, and quarterbacks always know where Chandler Jones and Khalil Mack are. That's a given one day. You always know where those two are.
See, if those two
came out and they were number 100 or number 0, you would know.
You're telling me if Khalil Mack was wearing number 1, people would forget where he was?
No, I'm saying the opposite of that. I'm saying no matter what number Khalil Mack and Chandler Jones wear, that's a different animal because. Well, first off, and they're always on the edge. It doesn't matter if they're outside linebacker or DN. Okay. They always are blitzing off the edge.
Chandler Jones decides, hey, you know what? They just brought in. We didn't realize that they brought in an extra wide receiver. I'm going to go and play corner on this play.
Well, that would never happen.
That's a problem. Why?
That would never happen. A safety would come up and play that.
Be a timeout and.
Or a linebacker would come and play it.
Yeah.
A defensive end would never play that.
Okay, so now you got your linebacker lined up as a cornerback. A linebacker doesn't have the same number as cornerbacks.
Linebacker's going to coverage all the time.
Oh my God! Everybody stop! Call timeout. Number 53 is lined up as a cornerback. We can't have a number that high lined up as a cornerback.
So let me ask you this question here.
Stupid.
Let me ask you this here question.
It's not necessarily defense either. The only people that change numbers are wide receivers, tight ends, and running backs. And linemen can change now. It's really on the offensive side of the ball. It's not necessarily even on the defensive.
No,
it's a little bit on the defensive, but not much.
It is everybody but offensive linemen and defensive linemen. Their numbers haven't changed.
I think linemen got extended 10 more numbers, didn't they?
And now you're hearing about Patrick Mahomes going back to number 5, which I believe is the number that he wore in college. I don't know why he'd go back to that number.
Man Hour Nation, thank you for checking out that clip. If you're interested in watching the full show, the link is in the description. Click on it. Hit that like button, share it with a couple friends, and as always, Man Hour Nation, rise up.